Hello, I'm David Smith. I'm the Cleaning and Hygiene KCE for Eastern Canada at Bunzl, Canada.
David, with companies slowly returning to having their employees return to the work environment, what approach should they be taking to ensure the health and wellness of their employees?
I think that probably the starting point is to establish a cleaning benchmark. What ultimately constitutes clean in your facility. And to do that, there's a couple ways of doing it, but normally it's about assessing your cleaning program, making sure that you understand where the touch points or the hot points for cleaning are going to be within your facility, and making sure that you have the appropriate cleaning protocols in place for that facility to make that benchmark, to hit it, if you will. High touch surfaces, traffic flow, building occupancy are all key indicators that have to be taken into consideration when you're establishing this benchmark. And this established cleaning standard will dictate cleaning tasks, the frequency, and the specific products and labor you require to keep the building clean and safe.
Okay, David, so you've talked about the importance of the rigorous application of cleaning, the frequency of it and stuff, depending on high traffic areas and building occupancy and capacity, and etc. Are there specific guidelines out there that are available to people to help them kind of work out what they need to do?
We have worked to create a tool that ultimately contains a number of those pieces that are critical to establishing that. Our Confident Clean program has been designed around taking that initial step of doing those assessments and establishing the protocols and making sure that you're up to snuff, if you will, to hit the goals and the objectives, and that will allow you to proactively ramp up your cleaning. There are other components of that. Hand hygiene is a critical piece, and it's really important that you communicate that to both your staff and building occupants as well. You need to make sure that you have the appropriate product supply, the necessary tools and disinfectants and PPE that are going to be required in addition to the hand hygiene to make sure that it's going to support your program. And then again, I think it's a critical piece that, and many people have done this at this point, prioritize the touch point cleaning, disinfecting that is required to be done daily. There's no question you're not going to have somebody standing there around the clock, but cleaning frequency plays a big part in that, in helping to minimize the pathogens and the risk of any kind of outbreak or spread.
Okay, David, so we established that, how critical it is to get the right amount of cleaning done. How critical is it to properly train and educate your staff so that they implement it correctly?
I think, quite frankly, there's not a bigger element to this whole approach in making sure that when you're properly trying to clean your facility, that you're basically ensuring that you've communicated and educated your team as to what needs to get done, but why it needs to get done. And with the right training and right communication, it can help your customer-facing teams to disinfect and hit those critical areas. And then it never stops. It's an ongoing thing in the workplace, and always that you need to refresh and update and ensure that your team are engaged and part of that critical piece. And so education is an ongoing thing. And I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention as well too, another piece that falls under Confident Clean is that there's now the need to verify and validate that cleaning got done. So we have some really exciting technology that we can share that helps to verify and validate that the work in fact was completed and completed to standard.
So David, is there any kind of new or emerging technologies that have been a consequence of the COVID pandemic that companies might find useful as they return to the workplace?
That's a great question. I would tell you that there's been a great focus on the need to do touch point and surface disinfection. But one of the things that's really evident through this whole pandemic is the need to really understand what's in the air. And in the case of this, aerosolized coronavirus can remain up in the air for up to 3 hours. And so, from that standpoint, we need to know what's in our air. You know, we have there's airborne particulates in air. There's allergens. There's the virus and bacterial microorganisms in the air. VOCs, which are volatile organic compounds, dust, particles, and mold. They all are part of the air. So really, there's a strong push, and we've tried to really educate ourselves on the best options to help to improve the air quality. Air purifiers are a proven effective way to do that, and that's why we're very excited about launching some of our new technology in that area, because it's really going to improve the indoor air quality and ultimately the human health quality of the people using those buildings.